Hey everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we've got the truck torn down. We're finally ready to pull the cab. This has been a long time coming. Feels like I've been forever working on just boring body panel replacement, which took about 3 months. But in the process of tearing this down, I did realize just how much progress I have made in the big picture of working on the truck. Having to disassemble everything, I realized I have made a lot of progress. I've just been kind of stalled here where it's felt like I haven't been moving forward because I've been doing the same type of thing over and over. So I'm pretty happy about all that because that's a good sign, even though it doesn't feel like we're moving forward, we really are. But with that being said, here today, I've already spent a lot of time tearing everything apart, so I don't know what I'm going to get into today. I just want to pull the cab and see what's happening under there because it's been so long since I've seen the underside of it. I don't even remember what all needs addressed. So, no further ado, let's get the cab pulled. Got the cab lifted up, taking a look around, everything looks pretty good. Not going to be a whole lot to do, which is good. More or less, it's going to be a lot of just tedious welds, just different spots here and there where I need to get a little bit more welding in there to feel good about how everything's together. Plus, if I got it welded, it'll be nice when I seam seal over it. I know that'll be a good tight place and not get water and debris and whatnot in there. But the main things that we're kind of looking at here is we're going to trim that up. That's probably what we're going to do today. That's nice and easy. And the other thing is where the existing cab mounts were, where we've made these new ones, we don't need all this excess here. So probably going to cut that off, patch that in right there, trim that up, and then we're going to call it a day. Pretty straightforward here. Just going to cut off the excess here, zip that back, and just weld this new piece right into the existing cab there. That's all welded in there now. Doesn't look the greatest, but I'm not real concerned. Same thing like when we did the braces inside the cab. That's going to be covered. Same way this will be covered, because we're going to put seam sealer over all these welds, and then we're going to paint, undercoat. I don't quite know yet the underside of this. And it's underneath the truck. Nobody's getting under this truck and thinking, oh, look at that. Anyways, this is what I'm looking at now. When I made these, I made it so that the back end of this box would tie into this, because that's what used to support everything. So thinking along those same lines, yes, it's sitting up here, but there's that cross brace that goes there. I think that's still distributing the weight good there. So that being said, this here doesn't need to be here any longer, so we're just going to cut that off just right around that weld on the box there, and call it a day. Alright, scratch that idea. That's a real pain in the ass to cut that. I'm cutting into the cribbing and everything else. Eventually I'm going to have to turn the cab the other direction. When I do, I'll deal with that then. No sense in fighting that one. That can be easily done another way. That's going to be it for today. We're going to part ways because I got a bunch of boring welding. Nobody wants to watch my crappy welding for another 10 minutes. So we'll be back next week. I'm going to try and get started on the inners of the rear cab corners. Once we get that cleaned up and whatever miscellaneous welds, I think we're on to seam sealing and whatever type of coating I decide for the underneath. So that's where we're heading. Like always, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next week.